All right, and this is Courtney's video, and for Courtney, we're gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna do this other little pattern for you. We did this pattern with a, and we did, and then I said you could do that on all the strings. Okay, now a scale. So, for instance, I'm thinking we will start in the G scale. It will have that, what I call, so it has a tight second and third finger. See how they're right next to each other? Whereas opposed, that's this note. When I put this finger, the A down, it's the low first finger would be. So there's two notes, two half steps per finger, all right? And you're gonna have your book, so I'll be able to explain that a little bit better. And I'm gonna go, I can't remember exactly which little partial scale they work on in the book first, so I'm gonna do that. But I am gonna show you how to hold the bow real quickly this time, and I am gonna show you another pattern which has a tight first and second finger. Okay, I believe we got the tight second and third finger like this. This is the other shape I gave you the very first video. Now this one is, watch my second finger here. It's going to move back from here down to here. So now I have a tight first and second finger, and there's a space between the second and the third instead of a space between the, instead of a space between the first and the second. Okay, that's the difference right there. So this is the one we're working on now. And I just want you to do it on these two strings, the A string. So it's going to be A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. So that's the same shape on both these strings, on those strings. And then a G scale is comprised of the shape you first learned on the bottom two strings, the G and the D. That's a shape. On those, we're going to play the shape you already learned with the high third finger, and the high second finger, and the tight second and third finger, which looks like this. You recognize that, all right? And then as we go to the second and first string, it's going to be, those two patterns are the same on the fourth and third strings. And these two are going to be the same pattern with the low second finger, right? And that's the actual tonic, same as the G pattern. So you can see that. Then. All right, and the bow. Real quickly, the bow is going to be held with the thumb and the middle finger are going to meet at the left end of the tip of the end of the frog, right there. Okay, can you see the end of the frog right here? That's where that's going to be our starting point right there. Then our fingers are going to go on, kind of wrap over like this, and they're not going to be straight up and down. They're going to actually lay, that first finger is going to lay down on its side right here, and the little finger is going to just sit on top of the bow stick so that I could actually press down on the little finger. All right, does that make sense to you? Then we're going to draw that bow across, and what the hand does, the hand is a shock absorber to start the bow, because otherwise it's every time you start it. All right, so it's start with the hands and the fingers if you can, and that's why we keep those fingers real relaxed and the hand real relaxed. And I would also, if you pull the bow down first, just the inside edge, kind of leaning a little tiny bit toward the inside edge, and then when you get toward the end of the bow, you turn the bow and roll it back a little bit on the outside edge as you come up. That will get your hand to kind of roll also. In my experience, that's what it's helped me learn. All right, that should do it. Practice hard.